there, so I've been there for many years. It's the catacombs and.
Yeah, but I walked in. I was more impressed with
15 seconds.
Picture on the wall and
Exactly.
and all those other.
Oh, I know, it's great history.
Look at how young Burns and Allen are there.
It's great history in that building.
Yeah, for me, that's like,
And when I started there, they were still doing the concerts. Still had a little buzz.
I know Silver Cup.
Yeah. All right, everybody, welcome. This is Sports Scene Live on paltalk.com. Ian Eagle along with Plaxico Burress, Giants wide receiver, Super Bowl champion, and now let's add another title. It's author, Plaxico Burress, Giant, The Road to the Super Bowl. I had a chance to read this book over the last couple of days. And Plaxico, first of all, thanks for joining us. Great having you here. Normally these books come out after a championship, and let's face it, they're usually softball, fluff pieces. This isn't the case. You were honest. You were straightforward, and in my eyes, just having interviewed you in the past, it's you. It's a pretty clear indicator. Was that the goal, sitting down and deciding, all right, let's write this book?
Yeah, it's something that I've been, really contemplating doing over the past few years, and, luckily for myself, and winning the Super Bowl in the fashion that we did it in, I've just been taking notes on everything that I've seen and been through my first, 8 years in this business and going into my ninth. And like I say, you open the book and you get to the second or third page, the last sentences.
Yeah.
This is the only way that I know how to tell it. And, any other way of me telling my story, wouldn't be factual. So I had to, my goal was to bring people closer to myself and really get an in-depth insight on a person and what I've seen and learned from it, and, all those things.
We're going to have a chance for you, the fans, to chime in here and ask some questions to Super Bowl champion Plaxico Burress of the New York Giants. What has the last 6 months been like for you? You win the Super Bowl, and now here we are. You try to encapsulate for us what the last 6 months has been like.
It's been exciting, just taking trips and traveling and meeting different people all over the country and meeting Giants fans, all over the United States, which I really didn't know. Our fan base was that big, and not even just the fans, just people that were rooting for us, that was Dallas fans or Phillies fans. I'm like, wow, when that comes from a Dallas fan, it's really.
Oh, no doubt.
It means a lot when it comes from those, from the Dallas fans. And, it's been great. I've been rehabbing 3 or 4 days a week, trying to get back to 100%, trying to be healthy for the upcoming season, and everything's just been going fine.
Well, that's one of the major themes initially in the book is the injuries, which was a huge storyline throughout the year. But I think a revelation for Giant fans was we didn't know how seriously injured you were before the Super Bowl. It was kept quiet. Obviously, the season was difficult in terms of practice. You didn't practice more or less for the entire season. Tell us what was going on through your mind that Tuesday, Wednesday, leading up to the Super Bowl, where it hit you that you may not be able to play in the biggest game of your life?
I think it probably hit me about Monday night, going into media day. No, Tuesday night, after media day.
Mm-hmm.
I had that little freak accident with me slipping in the shower, which was something just, everybody does it.
That's the thing.
You get your little slip, and you just, you keep going.
Get your equilibrium and move on. But this wasn't the case at the hotel room.
Right.
Preparing for the Super Bowl in Phoenix.
It happened like Tuesday morning, and I just, jumped up and rubbed it and moved.
What happened? You got your foot caught underneath a little portion of the shower?
And my foot came up with a ledge, like part going down to the floor.
Yeah.
And it just slipped off, and I tried to catch myself real quick, and I just, boom, it fell. It was all glass shower. I tried to brace myself with the fall, but it was up for me to hold on to, and I jumped up. Went downstairs and jumped on the bus and went over to the stadium. Nothing was wrong. And I got over there maybe like 20 or 30 minutes before media day. My knees a little tight, so they gave me some ice. I fell in the shower and just boom, boom, nothing. And I did the whole media day and took the team pictures, and it just kept me a little tighter. And about 6 or 7 o'clock, it started hurting a little worse. And so I was like, hey, man, I fell in the shower this morning. And I said, you probably just got a little sprain, probably tweaked it a little bit. And about 2 or 3 o'clock that morning, my knee was like throbbing.
You woke up
I
out
woke
of a
up,
deep sleep.
and I looked down, and I was like, this is not good. So I picked up the phone, I called the trainers, and they came. I said, yo, you guys need to come look at my knee. And they came in and looked at it and observed, and they moved it one way, and I was like, ah! I was like, I hate to be able to tell you, but you have a grade 1 MCL sprain. And I was like, what does that mean? I said, what does that mean? He was like, I'm going to be honest with you. It's usually about a 4 to 6 week injury before the swelling goes down or it starts feeling bad.
So this is now Tuesday night, meaning Wednesday morning, 2 in the morning,
Right.
before what's the biggest game of your life.
Yeah, I just bust out in tears, bust out crying because I'm not going to be able to play in this game.
That's the first thing that hits your mind.
The first thing is my mind. And when he tells me it's a 4 to 6 weeks injury, and I knew that Brandon Jacobs had a similar injury, and he missed his game for the season. So my thought was I wasn't going to be able to play. And I was like, my spirits were down. I was down the whole week, and just wasn't feeling good. And I turned a 4 to 6 week injury and played on it in 4 days.
Wow.
I played in a lot of pain that game, and I really wasn't doing a lot of talking. I was just really trying to focus on playing the game, but I was so frustrated and so much pain that I really couldn't perform at a higher level, being the stage that I was on. And the way that we ended the game, I was like, wow.
Yeah, still the game-winning touchdown and a memory that will last forever for Plaxico Burress and Giant fans everywhere. Okay, chance for you to talk to Giant wide receiver Plaxico Burress. Let's take our first caller right now. It's Tony from Wisconsin. Tony, you're on with Plaxico Burress. How you doing?
Not too bad. How about yourself? The question is, Flax there might be holding out or something, but now like he is going to go to camp. What if you don't get a new contract? Is there a possible holdout this year?
Well, you know the topic was going to come up. It's been out there, and a pretty straightforward question. Where do we stand on the holdout for you and the New York Giants?
Well, everything is going pretty good. I've been getting a lot of positive, good feedback from the Giants through my agent, and we're looking to get everything done before training camp. And I said that I wanted to get the deal done before training camp started, and it looks like it's going to happen. I'm very positive about it, being upbeat about it.